Well, let's start it right away then with our Fields guide. Because a lot of talk about Fields. It is presented to you by Greenridge Farm, the Fields guide. And honestly, this is definitely one of those games where stats can be misleading because overall, wasn't terribly impressive in the stat book. He finishes 13-21 for 179 yards, just throwing with a touchdown, with an interception. But when you factor in the rushing, 82 yards and a touchdown on 14 carries. The fumbles I have in my notebook, we're going to have to talk about that at some point, but we'll keep it positive. Right now, the Bears fumbled the ball 5 times tonight, didn't lose a single one.
Listen here, negative media man. We're staying positive right now. Positive vibes only.
Yeah, and I honestly think the box score is lying. There is no way that he only ran for 82 yards. That dude was all over the field tonight. I mean, back at the 50, looks like he's going to be dead. Bears offense is going in the deep freeze. Double cut, unbelievable move. All of a sudden.
Well, you only get credit for the yards from the line of scrimmage. If you want to add in all the lines or the yards behind the line of scrimmage, you're right. The box score is lying because it was probably more like 120 yards.
And when he was going into halftime, he looked so unbelievably exhausted from everything he had to do. But credit to Getsy and company. They clearly sat down, at least in my mind, what's our best option? It's the quarterback running the football. Okay, let's do some design runs. Let's do that in the red zone. Let's do it all night long. And you would have thought that the GOAT over there would have been expecting it, but I don't know what was going on there with Big Bill and company.
It was great coaching by the Bears. I got to say, we talked about in the pregame, I thought they'd be very, very focused on containing Fields. I think they were. I just don't think they had any idea that after 2 years, the Bears were finally going to say, okay, designed runs. And a lot of people have been screaming for it. So if you're one of those people, congratulations, because the Bears did it, and it worked. Very, very impressive.
Yeah, I mean, and then, like I said, the Justin Fields, Luke Getsy combination continues to grow. Everyone was saying, play conservative. They don't have enough weapons. Their offensive line is crap. Screw all that. You play too conservative, and then you tie both hands behind Justin's back. He's already got one hand tied behind his back with the talent deficiency that this team still has. But at the same time, you have a good play-calling scheme like Luke Getsy had tonight. The wide receiver screen.
That was a great play.
I'm going to take my victory lap. I called it pre-snap. But how many fans or anybody could call that out pre-snap? They're playing 9 yards off. You're 5 wide. Throw a wide receiver screen. How many times has that happened to the Bears? The Bears did it to the Patriots. Refreshing to see.
But that play in particular, number one, it was impressive. Bragg screamed it out.
He screamed it out before the snap.
And it was a strong-ass Greg Bragg's moment. But also was strong that play by Fields to get it to Herbert. That was a high degree of difficulty to get that 1 yard pass, which by the way, if we're floating back and forth from just moments that are kind of make you scratch your head. Some of these just nothing throws, Fields is having some trouble with, but that one to Herbert was sweet. And by the way, another one, he got absolutely annihilated on that play.
Yes.
Helmet to the back.
He doesn't get those calls.
No calls.
We've already been over that.
All the plays to score touchdowns were great, but the highlight to me was on the final touchdown drive when Justin Fields, I don't know if it was third down or not. I think they finished 11-17, Adam said, on third down for the day.
Yeah, let's see, third down 11-18.
11-18.
And the Patriots were 5-10.
But the play where Fields reads right to left and goes, and they talked about it on the Manning cast, and it could have been his third or fourth read ESB. Everybody calls him EQ. I call him ESB. But regardless, it was just such patience shown by Justin Fields and kind of put the cherry on top of such a complete game, whether it was with his legs or his arms or, I can't speak enough of how well Luke Getsy called the game tonight. But in that moment, Justin Fields just looked like a complete quarterback. We all know his athleticism, but it's the reading the field and being patient behind the pocket and trusting his offensive line that we're waiting for. And obviously when he has better pieces, that will come with that. But for now, to see that with the talent that he has or lack thereof around him is just such a sight for sore eyes.
Well, he talked about how he's, let me pay attention to when I get myself sped up from getting hit. And he got hit plenty tonight too, but he did a marvelous job multiple times tonight of hanging in the pocket. And there was one, the 4 progression to EQ was great, and then he had another one to him where he was scrambling to the left. He was selling the look down the field, and he made a nice little throw down the sideline for 5 yards. There were a lot of examples tonight of him taking the easy throw that's right in front of him. That's what elite quarterbacks do. Some degree of difficulty does not always have to be that high.
And also the 3rd and 16 right before the end of the first half, where I'm sitting there like, just run a draw and take the field goal. And Luke Getsy said, no, even though you just fumbled the ball 2 plays ago, I'm going to put the ball in your hands, Justin. Go make a play. And he hitched Darnell Mooney on the sidelines, a really nice toe tapper. But it just showed me the evolution of the trust they're now having in Justin Fields and the offense to get that first down, and they got it.
Yeah, a couple big-time throws. That was one of them, the Mooney, one to Komet later, that Komet thought he was out of bounds. They rush up, so a lot of good stuff from Justin Fields.